Hello, everyone, and welcome to EngGlowUp, the channel where we turn everyday moments into English learning. I am Flora.
And I am Michael, and today we are doing something a little different.
Today is not just an English lesson.
Today is a conversation that might actually change how you think.
We are talking about procrastination.
Procrastination, the habit of delaying things you need to do.
Putting things off, saying, I will do it later, I will start tomorrow.
And then tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month.
And suddenly, the year is almost over and nothing has changed.
That is a feeling most people know very well.
Too well. Michael, be honest, are you a procrastinator?
I used to be a very bad one, genuinely terrible.
What changed for you?
I realized that procrastination was not laziness, it was fear.
Fear. That's such an important word. We'll come back to that.
And today we want to have an honest conversation about this.
Because so many of our listeners are people who want to improve their lives.
They're learning English, which already takes courage and discipline.
Courage, the ability to do something even when it's scary.
Discipline, the ability to keep doing something consistently even when you don't feel like it.
And if you're already doing those two things, you're already fighting procrastination. You just might not know it yet.
So, in this episode, we're going to talk about what procrastination really is.
Why we do it, what it costs us.
And most importantly, how to stop it.
We'll share real stories, real strategies, and real English vocabulary along the way.
And by the end, you'll both have new vocabulary and a new mindset.
Mindset, the way you think about yourself and the world around you. Let's get into it.
Flora, let's start at the beginning. What is procrastination?
Most people think procrastination means being lazy.
But that's not accurate, is it?
Not at all. Lazy people don't care. Procrastinators care very much.
That's such an important distinction.
Distinction, meaning an important difference between two things.
A procrastinator has goals, they have dreams, they have things they want to achieve.
But something stops them from starting.
Or from finishing.
Exactly. So what actually stops them?
Research shows it's usually one of three things.
Tell us.
Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or perfectionism.
Let's take each one. Fear of failure first.
Fear of failure means I'm scared that if I try, I won't succeed.
So instead of trying and possibly failing, I don't try at all.
Because if I never try, I never fail.
But that logic has a very serious flaw.
Flaw, meaning a mistake or weakness in something.
The flaw is, if you never try, you also never succeed.
Not trying is the same as failing, but worse.
Because at least failing means you attempted something.
Attempted, meaning you tried, you made the effort.
And every attempt teaches you something.
Failure is just feedback.
Feedback, information that helps you improve.
Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of success.
Now, fear of judgment.
This one is very common, especially in our social media world.
We're afraid of what other people will think.
What if I start my business and it fails and everyone sees?
What if I post my work online and people criticize it?
What if I speak English and I make a mistake and people laugh?
That last one, our listeners know that feeling very well.
Fear of judgment is what stops so many people from speaking English.
But here's the truth. Most people are too busy worrying about themselves to judge you.
Everyone is fighting their own battles.
Fighting their own battles. Everyone has their own problems and challenges.
They're not watching you as closely as you think.
And even if they do judge, their judgment can't stop you unless you let it.
That's a powerful thought.
Now, perfectionism, the third cause.
Perfectionism sounds positive, but it can be very destructive.
Destructive, causing serious damage or harm.
A perfectionist says, I won't start until I can do it perfectly.
But perfect conditions never arrive.
There's always a reason to wait, a better time, more preparation, more knowledge.
Done is better than perfect.
Done is better than perfect is one of the most important phrases you'll ever learn.
Because something finished and imperfect is infinitely more valuable than something perfect that never exists.
Infinitely, to an unlimited degree, enormously.
Done is better than perfect. Start before you're ready. Michael, let us talk about what procrastination actually costs.
Because I think people underestimate it.
Underestimate, to think something is smaller or less serious than it actually is.
Procrastination is not just about missing deadlines.
It goes much deeper than that.
The first cost, lost time. And time is the one thing you cannot get back.
Time is non-renewable.
Non-renewable. Once it's gone forever.
You can lose money and earn it back. You can lose a job and find a new one.
But you cannot get back a lost year, a lost decade.
That is a sobering thought.
Sobering, making you think seriously about something, a wake-up call.
The second cost, lost confidence.
Every time you procrastinate, you break a promise to yourself.
I will go to the gym tomorrow. I will start studying next week.
And when tomorrow comes and you don't go, you feel worse about yourself.
Not better, worse.
And that feeling of breaking your own promises chips away at your self-esteem.
Chips away to slowly reduce or damage something bit by bit.
Self-esteem, how you feel about yourself, your sense of your own worth.
So procrastination makes you feel less capable over time.
Even though it promised you comfort in the moment.
That's the trap of procrastination.
Trap, something that looks safe or comfortable but actually holds you back.
Every promise you keep to yourself builds confidence. Every promise you break destroys it. The third cost, missed opportunities.
Opportunities do not wait.
That job application with a deadline, that course that only runs once a year.
That relationship you never pursued because you were waiting for the right moment.
The right moment rarely comes on its own.
You have to create it.
Create the moment. Don't wait for it.
And the fourth cost, regret.
Regret is the most painful cost of all.
Because regret comes at the end.
When it's too late to do anything about it.
Studies show that people regret the things they did not do far more than the things they did.
Far more, not a little more, far more.
The roads not taken haunt us more than our mistakes.
Haunt, to stay in your mind and cause sadness or discomfort over time.
Seriously, imagine looking back at your life 10 years from now.
And asking yourself, what would have happened if I had just started?
That question, what if, is the most painful question a person can ask themselves.
So don't let it be your question.
Start now. Start today.
You will regret the things you did not do far more than the things you did. Start now. Michael, you said earlier that you used to be a bad procrastinator.
Very bad. I'm not proud of it, but I think it's important to be honest.
Tell us your story.
So, when I was younger, in my early 20s, I had so many ideas.
What kind of ideas?
I wanted to start a business, I wanted to learn new skills, I wanted to travel.
And what happened?
I waited. I always had a reason to wait.
What were the reasons?
I need more money first, I need more time, I need to learn more before I start.
Those sound very familiar.
They're the classic excuses of a procrastinator.
Excuses, reasons you give to justify not doing something.
And the truth is, they weren't real reasons. They were fear in disguise.
Fear in disguise, meaning fear pretending to be something else.
I was scared, and instead of admitting that, I made up practical reasons.
How long did this go on?
Almost 3 years. 3 years of waiting and planning and never starting.
That's a long time.
It felt comfortable in the moment, but looking back, it was incredibly costly.
Costly, very expensive, and not just in money.
In time, in confidence, in missed experiences.
What finally changed for you?
A conversation with my older brother.
What did he say?
He asked me one question, just one.
What was it?
He said, if not now, when?
If not now, when?
4 words, and I couldn't answer them.
Because there was no good answer.
There is never a perfect time. There's only now.
Now or never.
I started the very next day, imperfectly, nervously, but I started.
And what happened?
Things didn't go perfectly. I made mistakes. I failed at some things.
But
I was living. I was moving forward. And that feeling, that momentum.
Momentum, the force that keeps something moving forward.
That momentum changed everything. Once you start moving, it gets easier to keep moving.
And object in motion stays in motion.
Exactly. That's Newton's first law, and it applies to life too.
I love that. Science and motivation together.
That's EngGlowUp for you.
If not now, when? There's no perfect time. There's only now. Now, the part everyone has been waiting for. How do you actually stop?
Practical strategies, things you can use today.
Practical, meaning useful in real life, not just theory.
Strategy number 1, the 2-minute rule.
Tell us about it.
If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately, right now.
Do not put it on a list, do not schedule it, just do it.
Replying to an email, washing 1 cup, sending that message.
These small tasks pile up when we delay them.
Pile up, to accumulate, to build into a bigger and bigger problem.
And a pile of small undone tasks is overwhelming.
So clear the small things immediately.
And strategy number 2, break it down.
The reason we procrastinate on big tasks is that they feel enormous.
Enormous, very large and overwhelming.
Write a book, learn a language, start a business.
These feel too big to begin.
So you do not begin at all.
But what if you broke it down into tiny steps?
Write 1 paragraph, learn 10 words, research 1 idea.
Suddenly, it doesn't feel so big.
The task has not changed, but your relationship with it has.
Your relationship with it, how you think about it and feel about it.
1 small step is always possible, even on your worst day.
You do not need to see the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Strategy number 4, remove temptations.
Temptations are things that distract you and pull you away from what you should be doing.
Your phone, social media, TV, noise.
If it's near you, it will distract you.
So put your phone in another room when you need to focus.
Use apps that block social media during work time.
Create an environment that supports your goals.
Environment is the physical space around you.
Your environment shapes your behavior more than willpower does.
Willpower is the mental strength to control your impulses.
Willpower runs out, but a good environment keeps working.
Design your environment for success.
And strategy number 4, accountability.
Accountability is being responsible for your actions to yourself or someone else.
Tell someone what you're going to do.
A friend, a family member, a community online.
When you say your goal out loud, it becomes more real.
And when someone else knows, you feel more committed.
Committed, deeply dedicated to following through.
This is why our comment homework works so well.
When you write your goal in the comments, you're making it public.
And public commitment is one of the strongest motivators humans know.
Tell the world what you're going to do, then go do it. Tell someone your goal. Public commitment is the strongest form of accountability. And strategy number 5, reward yourself.
Reward is something you give yourself after completing a difficult task.
Your brain needs to associate effort with pleasure.
Associate is to connect 2 things together in your mind.
After finishing a hard task, do something you enjoy.
A cup of your favorite coffee, an episode of your favorite show.
A walk outside, a call with a friend.
Something that signals to your brain, effort leads to reward.
And over time, your brain starts to enjoy the effort itself.
Because it knows what comes after.
That's how habits form.
Habits are automatic behaviors you do without thinking.
Good habits are the result of good rewards.
Reward your progress every single time.
Michael, I want to talk about something bigger now.
Go ahead.
Procrastination is really about control.
Tell me more.
When we procrastinate, we feel like life is happening to us.
Not like we are making it happen.
Exactly. We feel passive.
Passive, not active. Receiving what happens rather than creating it.
But taking control means becoming the author of your own life.
Author, someone who writes a story, creates something from nothing.
You are the author of your life, not a character in someone else's story.
That is such a powerful image.
Every decision you make, or avoid making, writes the next chapter.
Procrastination is choosing to leave the page blank.
And blank pages do not build lives.
Actions do. You are the author of your own life. Stop leaving pages blank.
And here is something important for our listeners specifically.
What is that?
You are already here, listening to an English podcast.
On a day when you could have done something easier.
You chose to learn. You chose to grow.
That is not the behavior of a procrastinator.
That is the behavior of someone who is taking control.
You should be proud of that.
Genuinely proud. Because discipline is built one decision at a time.
One decision at a time. Each good choice makes the next one easier.
Every time you choose to study instead of scroll.
Every time you choose to practice instead of avoid.
Every time you choose to start instead of wait.
You are becoming the person you want to be.
Slowly, imperfectly, but surely.
Surely, with certainty, without any doubt. Every good decision you make today is building the person you want to become tomorrow.
And learning English is one of the most powerful things you can do for your future.
It opens doors that would otherwise stay closed.
Better jobs, better opportunities, better connections with the world.
Every episode you listen to is an investment.
Investment, something you put time or effort into now for a better return later.
You are investing in yourself every single time you press play.
Do not stop.
Do not stop. Let us do a final recap of everything we covered today.
Procrastination is not laziness. It is fear.
Fear of failure, fear of judgment, and perfectionism.
Done is better than perfect.
Procrastination costs you time, confidence, opportunities, and ultimately, peace of mind.
The 2-minute rule. If it takes less than 2 minutes, do it now.
Break big tasks into tiny steps.
Remove temptations from your environment.
Use accountability. Tell someone your goals.
Reward yourself for every effort.
And remember, you are the author of your life.
Stop leaving pages blank.
Start writing your story today.
Now, your homework for today.
We want you to do one thing immediately after this episode ends.
One thing you have been putting off.
Just one. It does not have to be big.
Send that message, make that plan, write that first sentence.
Take one step, just one.
And then come back here and tell us what you did in the comments.
We read every single comment, everyone.
And we are cheering for you, genuinely.
If this episode motivated you, please give it a like.
And share it with someone who needs to hear this today.
Subscribe to EngGlowUp for new episodes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Where we turn everyday moments into English learning and sometimes
into a little life lesson too.
We are Flora
and Michael.
And this is EngGlowUp. Take control of your life.
Start today, not tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.